Hello folks, Fuzz here, welcome back to Dragon Quest XI, and in the last episode we took on and defeated the Slayer of the Sand on behalf of the Prince, who is no doubt going to claim all the credit for our hard work. So I did just go ahead and, in between the last episode and this one, try and complete the quest that requires the 3 of our party members to be in pep state, but I wasn't able to do so. It's going to be really annoying, that one, but just keep working at it, guys. Let me know if you get it, by the way, at any point during this walkthrough. I'll be interested to know. No, my luck, it'll probably take me a long time before I'm able to complete it. Okay, so we're going to teleport now using the zoom spell, and that will take us back, well, when we select to go back to the city of Gallopolis, and there we're going to be greeted by a cutscene. One thing to note as well, a couple of people mentioned that the volume was a little bit low of the game, so I bumped that up a touch. Hopefully you can still hear my commentary okay. As I mentioned, I did swap out hard drives, and you know, had to basically reinstall my game capture software and sort all the settings out again, so hopefully everything's okay now anyway. Right, let's get cracking then. So Gallopolis City, here we come.
Your prince, my son, our hero, has vanquished the Slayer of the Sands.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
The future of our kingdom is surely safe in the hands of one so gallant and chivalrous as he. Now come, heroic conqueror, address your people.
Beloved Gallopolitans, yes, I captured the beast, but I did not act alone. For it was your love, your adoration that gave me the strength I so needed. Yes! And it is that same love that will allow me to continue serving you until my dying day. We have no need to be afraid. Prince Faris will protect us. Yes! We have nothing to fear with the prince on our side.
Well, my boy, your people await. Let them see firsthand the fearless desert knight you have become.
Father, I cannot. Repeat after me now. A knight's word? A knight's word is his bond. His kingdom, his master. Well, don't stop.
He serves the weak untiringly, challenges the strong unflinchingly, and never retreats in the face of adversity.
That's more like it. Now, my little Princey Pooh, do you want to be remembered as a miserable coward or a hero who died fighting to the end? I wish to be remembered as a knight of Gallopolis! Wonderful. Amazing what you can do when you put your mind to it, huh?
Wait, did you?
I won't always be here to remind you what it means to be a knight, though. Better not go forgetting again, huh?
Wait, friend. Where did you become so well-versed in the ways of chivalry? Are you a knight?
Who, me? Don't be ridiculous, darling. I'm just a silly old jester.
Yes, Father. It was he who rode my horse in the Southern National, and he who captured the Slayer of the Sands. Forgive me.
Varys, look at me. The burden that was placed upon you, it was more than any boy could be expected to bear. It is I who must apologize, not you. But rest assured that I have learned my lesson. I will not make the same mistake again. And it seems you have learned something too, despite your protestations. The bravery you showed was worthy of a true knight. Sir Hendrik will be happy to take one such as yourself under his wing, I am sure. Your dream will come true at last. I am so pleased for you.
Hendrik? Wasn't that the name of the guy who was chasing us?
Ah, but I am forgetting our guests. Father, these travelers came to Gallopolis in search of the rainbow. It is a royal treasure, of course. But surely you agree that they have done more than enough to deserve it.
Certainly. But my boy, I sold the rainbow to a traveling merchant.
What? What would compel you to sell one of our most precious treasures?
Are you blind, boy? Did you not notice the grandeur with which we celebrated this year's Sand National? We made a sacrifice for your sake.
Father, I...
Forgive me. All I can tell you is that the merchant to whom I sold the rainbow headed west towards Gondolia. This letter will grant you passage through the checkpoint that leads there. Perhaps someone can tell you what became of the branch.
Ow! 1,000 pardons! I did not know that the rainbow was no longer in the kingdom. Truly, I did not. It is scant consolation, I am sure. But please, take this. Its value cannot possibly compare, but it has been prized by generations of Gallopolitan knights. It allows one to provoke distant foes into combat, and is an excellent way to gain battle experience.
Okay, so quite a lengthy set of cutscenes there, it's got to be said. And we also receive the crackshot crossbow at this point.
You have done our kingdom a great service. Should you ever need our assistance, you need only say the word. And as for me, I will be sorry to see you leave. But I am sure there will be other kindly travelers along soon enough. Yeah?
Right, so all of that work that we did for but a lead on where it is that we can find the rainbow. But hey, we've got some information, so we are going to be heading west. Next of all, to Gondolia. So for now, we're going to be saying goodbye to Gallopolis. Although you can stick around and do some horse riding if you want to, in order to complete some of the races there. So I think I did the easy one on bronze, didn't I? But couldn't quite do the difficult version of the bronze cup. So I might go back and do that at some point. If you do complete both of those, then you'll also unlock the silver races, okay? Again with an easy and difficulty option. But there's nothing after that for the time being. So there will be later on, but there's 4 races you can do for now. Right, when we leave this area, before we actually make our way out of the city, there's something we can do to start working towards a trophy. And it's going to be quite a lengthy thing that we need to work towards. We're not going to get it very quickly. But it's kind of like a mini-game. I don't say mini-game, more of like a side thingy. So it's going to require speaking to this hooded NPC first of all. And he's going to notice the crossbow that the prince just gave us. And he thinks we're the Crossbow Kid. Well, we'll take that. So what this bow has done has hidden targets all over the world. And we need to shoot them, basically, with the crossbow. So we need to locate them and shoot them all. And basically, it isn't just for a trophy. Each region will have its own set of targets. And if we shoot them all in a specific region, then we can speak to another NPC at a campsite in that region. And we'll get a reward for clearing that region. And once we've killed, or rather hit all the targets in every region in the game, then we'll unlock the trophy that I mentioned. So, he says there's 5 to start with in Gallopolis. We'll be having a look at those. Okay. So, what we're going to do now is make our way out of the city. And we're going to be interrupted, I believe, one more time before we can actually leave. But it's kind of an important interrupt, so let's see what it's all about.
At last! I was beginning to think you had snuck out through the stage door. Huh?
Hey! You again. What do you want this time?
Hey, ya! Ta-da! Oh, don't be coy, darling. I want to come with you, of course. You should never have told me about your heroic quest if you didn't want me to tag along.
What are you talking about? You can't just decide to come with us. This isn't a game.
Believe me, honey, I know it isn't. I've seen my fair share of fun and games on my travels. What kind of jester would I be if I hadn't? But I've seen tragedy too. People attacked by monsters, all kinds of awful things. You know, my dream has always been to build a wonderful theater. Somewhere I can put on performances that will make millions smile. But how can I do that if this dark one of yours is going to be out there making people's lives awful? What I'm trying to say, darlings, is that we all want the same thing. So you see, I have to come with you. Oh, don't all squeal at once now. Mwah.
Indeed, we gain our next party member now. And since we've got too many party members to take part in battle, we're going to have to go through some tutorials here to explain the situation to us.
Guess I'm part of the gang now. Yay! So, tell me, what's our next move?
Well, to get to Yggdrasil, we're going to need the rainbow. And it seems that a traveling merchant has taken it to Gondolia.
Gondolia. But honey, that's a port town. He's probably hopped on a boat and set sail by now.
That's true. Well, then we'll have to buy tickets for the ferry, and...
The ferry? Please, darling. We don't have time to be riding the ferry with the little people.
Well, what's your bright idea then?
I was thinking a ship of our own might be more chic, no? And luckily for you, I happen to have picked up a lovely little number in the end of season sales.
What? You've got your own boat? That's amazing! You're going up in my estimation by the minute.
You'd really be willing to let us use your ship, Mr. Sylvando?
But of course, sweetie. That's what friends are for. And guess where the old girl is docked, No? Why, Gondolia, of course! Lucky! So what are we waiting for? The ocean beckons, shipmate! Westward ho!
Okay, so here's the little tutorial that I mentioned. We're basically able to switch party members either from the menu when we're at the field screen, or even when we're in battle as well. So yes, in battle, you can switch party members in and out of combat, which will give you some access to some good strategies and that later on, especially as we start to get more party members. So I'm going to go and save, and I'm going to explain to you how it is I'm going to be investing our initial skill points into Sylvando. Okay then, so first things first, make sure you've gone to your equipment menu and just given Sylvando whatever decent equipment that you've got laying around. I had the Templar's uniform and a couple of accessories which I've equipped him with, and that's boosted his stats, mostly his defensive stats, quite nicely. Now you can basically use Sylvando as a damage dealer, and he does have, let's just go over to the character builder to start having a look. He does have damaging trees such as swords, knives and whips that will allow you to do that, but he's much better seen as a support character. So yes, by all means, start investing points if you really want to into swords, which is probably the strongest out of his 3 damage dealing trees here, because he's not as proficient in knives as Eric is, and I would recommend therefore that Eric learns the knives skills and Sylvando would learn swords. And also whips are just generally useless anyway. Well, not useless, but they're one of the weakest weapon types in the game. They're severely underbalanced actually, which is a real shame. But it means that, you know, you're not really going to want to pay attention to, you know, investing heavily into this tree unless you've maxed out all of the others. But what I would recommend for Sylvando is actually see him more as a support class, especially early on. So start having a look at litheness or lithenness and showmanship, and start investing points into these. Now what I'm going to do is go to showmanship here and start investing points into this particular tree, because what I would like to learn is eventually, if I can get there, where is it? Ah, there it is, Hustle Dance. This is a fantastic AoE heal that's going to save you in many, many situations throughout a good portion of the game. As you can see, it restores a lot of health to every single party member. And the thing is, it's also boosted by Sylvando's charm stat. And I'm not sure if there's anything close by here. But, yeah, there, look. You can actually learn charm plus 40 with Sylvando, and that alone is going to boost his heal even further. So it's a good ability to grab, it really is. But what you're going to need to do is start here, which is already learned for you, this sobering slap, and start making your way down. So you're going to want to learn tap dance, and then fuddle dance, and then finally hustle dance. So it's going to take about 10 levels to have the skill points to do that, unfortunately, but it is going to be worth it. And then once you've learned hustle dance, the next skill you can learn then if you want is going to be charm plus 40. So I'm going to go ahead and learn tap dance here, and while we're making our way down to that particular ability of hustle dance, we are getting some fairly useful abilities in the meantime as well. So fuddle dance can be useful if you want to avoid taking lots of damage off enemies, and tap dance is useful of course for avoiding damage as well. So it's not like we're just wasting points to get there. But yeah, these are support abilities obviously, but like I say, Sylvando should really be seen as a support class, mostly in my opinion. So that's what I'm going to be working towards, and obviously you guys don't have to do that. You can go, you know, up the route to the northeast here and grab some other abilities that are going to help support and do damage or whatever the case may be. Or you can go up the swords tree. If you're going damage with Sylvando, as I say, I would recommend swords over and above knives and whips. Finally guys, a little tip for you. Now that you've got an extra party member, If we go to lineup here, we can change when not in battle the current party lineup. Battle party is obviously the 4 characters that are going to appear in battle, and standby team are those that will not appear in battle. But a little tip for you, every single party member receives the full amount of experience. So even if I never use Sylvando, for example, he would still level up at the same rate as if he were in my active party. It's a nice feature of Dragon Quest XI. A lot of RPGs tend to give limited or no experience to those members of the team that aren't being used as often. But not in this game, so feel free to just change between whatever party members you want when you want, and nobody else is going to suffer for it. And don't forget guys, you can also swap party members mid-battle as well. But we're going to leave it there for today. Next time we're going to go ahead and get the first set of targets, the 5 targets of the Gallopolis region with our Crossbow, so we can unlock our first reward as well as start making our way towards that trophy that we spoke of earlier. But that's it from me for now, guys, so thanks for stopping by for the video. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Please don't forget to hit the like button if you did. That does support me, thank you very much. And I'll see you next time. Take care.